Hello and welcome to another episode of MBL Timeout podcast with your host, Serp. It is September 10th, 2020. The Madden Bomber League is currently in week 3 of season 49. Most of the stats and info that I have via the Daddy League's website are going to be mostly, through week 2. There's still some games that need to be played in week 3, and we're kind of, somewhere in the middle of it. So what I'm going to do today is just kind of go through the division. Since this is the first season of this Madden 21 cycle, we did team selection. Everybody got their team. So I'm going to go through the divisions, who's in the divisions, who I expect to win the divisions, the conference and the Super Bowl. And then if we got a little bit of time left over, we'll kind of go through some of the offensive and defensive leaders as far as players are currently in the MBL midweek 3. So let's get right down to it. We're going to start out with the AFC, since that's where I'm at now. So AFC East, we got the Dolphins with Miller Thriller. We got the Bills with Cougs. We got the Patriots with DB. And I am the New York Jets. Who do I see taking the division? Well, right now, the Dolphins and Miller Thriller are sitting at 2-0. But I still think Cougs with the Bills is going to end up taking the division. We had a really good game on MBL Live. I think it was our week 2. No, it was week 1. I think it was we started it off. And it was a really good game. In the rain, of course. It was fun. But, the Bills got a good squad there. And I think he's going to end up pulling that out. AFC West, we got the Denver Broncos, which is Taut. We got the Chiefs with OSU, the MBL Network Director. We got the Los Angeles Chargers with N-Train, and we've got the Raiders with Bob. Who do I think is going to take that one? I think that's going to be, I don't know, I'm pretty sure that's going to be OSU with the Chiefs. They're sitting at 1-1 right now with the Broncos, Taut at 2-1. I think OSU is going to end up pulling that out. I mean, Taut's got a pretty good shot at it itself. Chargers are at 0-3 and Raiders are at 0-3 right now. I mean, there's a lot of things going on with Madden. Obviously, it's going to change with patches and stuff like that. And I think, it's going to change the way people are playing and maybe, some of the closer wins. But I think OSU will take that. So AFC North, we got the Browns with JB. We got the Steelers with Brad, Ravens with October, and the Bengals with Fat. I'm pretty sure JB is going to take that. He's already sitting at 2-0. Brad is at 2-1, but I mean JB I think has the AFC North locked down. And we're going to go, later on in the season here we'll revisit these and I'm strictly going off of user at this time and kind of where I think their skill level is at in comparison to the rest of their division. So I mean these predictions could change, probably by week 8 or something like that. So let's go to AFC South. We got the Colts with Nemo, the Jags with Eric G, the Texans with Flair, and the Titans with Spongy. Right now, Nemo is sitting at 3-0 with the Colts. I've just got done playing him week 3. I played my week 3 game, so it was just this week here that I played him. Definitely a great team, good user. I expect Nemo to take that. Eric G with the Jags has a pretty good shot of he's a pretty decent too, and the Jaguars are a pretty decent team. They're at 1-1 right now, but I think Nemo takes the South. NFC, we're going to switch over to NFC East. We got Washington football team with Bananas. Lip has the Cowboys. Gov has the Eagles, and Z-Star with the Giants. Bananas is sitting at 2-0 right now. Lip is at 1-2 with the Cowboys. Eagles are 0-2, Giants 0-3. It's a toss-up between Bananas and Lip with me. I mean, I'd like to go with Lip just because it's pretty consistently a division winner. But Bananas and that Washington team, it could possibly do it this year. So I'm going to actually say Lip with a Bananas close on his hip. You know what I'm saying? That rhymes, so that's good. NFC West, we got Seahawks, Motor. We could probably stop right there. And what's interesting is the Cardinals is Bomber. So Bomber and Motor. And we got the 49ers with T-Jax and the Rams with Beatdown, who's a newer member here in the MBL. Motor's going to beat Bomber out. So he's going to end up taking that division. Bomber will obviously get a wild card and still be in the playoffs. But right now, I would bet on Motor. NFC North, we got the let's see what we got in the NFC North here. Boy, geez, I gotta get my divisions down. NFC North. Oh yeah. So the Chicago Bears, we got Game Master. The Lions is Gibbs. Packers is Reese, and the Vikings is Ports. Well, right now the Bears and Game Master are 2-0. I would think that out of that group, Porter would be next in line. He's 0-2, so I'm going to go with Game Master. And I mean, he's another solid kind of division winner guy. NFC South, New Orleans Saints. We got Planet, Panthers, Draco, Falcons, Under Oath, and the Bucks. We got Jamie. The Saints and the Panthers are both 3-0 right now. And again, it's the beginning of the season. I mean, we've only played 3 games, and you know, who knows if they've played anybody difficult or not yet. I don't have the schedules in front of me. But I would think that Draco or Draco, whichever you want to call him, would take that. So I don't know. I guess let's just see. The Panthers are a pretty good team, and the way that he plays defense can really hurt a lot of people. So I think that's the way it's going to go. Obviously, if we want to go past the divisions, hit the conference level, I mean, Motor is going to win the NFC conference, and AFC. I mean, oh geez, it's going to be probably JB, or maybe I would say JB. I say it's going to come down to JB and Motor in the Super Bowl, with Motor winning the Super Bowl pretty easily. So that's a rundown of all the owners, the teams broken down by division, and most likely, well, from just my perspective as user skill, who would take those divisions, conferences, and eventually or finally winning the Super Bowl. So let's just go through a few of the offensive leaders, kind of just standing outside of the pack right now. And all the information, again, that I'm using is daddyleagues.com/MBL. Or you could look up the MBL Bleacher Report team on Twitter. MBL Timeout Podcast, I'm on Twitter as well. So, you know, and Madden Bomber League itself is on Twitter with a lot of good stuff. So if you want to follow along with any of the majority of you know, draft picks, trades, you know, who's doing well, who's injured. I mean, Bleacher Report and the Madden Bomber League Twitters are really good sources for that stuff. So there goes the phone in the office, so we'll just cancel that. Never worry about that. I guess I should have probably did that earlier, but we're going to keep right on trucking. I might edit that out later. If you do hear it, that means I did not. So offensive leaders, we've got Kyler Murray. God, geez, 924 yards, 8 touchdowns already, 61 for 84. I do not have the interceptions in front of me, though, so, you know, you got to maybe take some of these with a grain of salt, because maybe he's got, you know, 924 yards, 8 touchdowns, and you know, 78 interceptions. But I mean, it's Cardinals, that's Bomber. I mean, obviously, it's probably a very low interceptions on that one. But so, and then below him we got Drew Lock, 47 for 77, 904, 9 touchdowns. Jacob Eason, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson. Those are your passing kind of offensive leaders right now that stand out. Rushers, we got Ezekiel Elliott, no, of course. 5 touchdowns, 395 yards, only a 6.9 average. Matt Breida, 12.2 average, 317 yards, 3 touchdowns. We've got Joe Mixon, Phillips Lindsay, and Saquon Barkley. Receiving, we got Ruggs, Henry Ruggs, 478 yards, 4 touchdowns. DeAndre Hopkins, 379 yards, 3 touchdowns. Jerry Jeudy, Michael Thomas, and Emmanuel Hall to follow. And then also some of the defensive leaders, as far as tackles are concerned, we got Jonathan Abrams with 14, Mike Hughes 13, Budda Baker, that's a name I would expect to see up there, and Bud Dupree. Bud Dupree actually has 6 sacks and 12 tackles, and I mean, I would put him on top right now, and 2 forced fumbles. Budda Baker's got 3 interceptions, so I mean, I would put them above Abrams and Hughes, but we're just going by daddy leagues at this time. As far as sack leaders, we got J.J. Watt, Bud Dupree, and my defensive tackle, Damon Harrison Sr.'s on there. He's got 4, nice and old, but he's still taking care of business. I mean, maybe we'll give him another year contract. Who knows? Von Miller's got 4 sacks. Bradley Chubb. So, you know, the 6 sackers, I'd say J.J. Watt and Bud Dupree are definitely leading the pack. Defense, as far as interceptions in the secondary, we got Marcus Peters with 4. Rashad Jones with 4. Marcus May, which is another one of my guys, my free safety, he's got 3 interceptions and 11 tackles and a forced fumble. He's doing well. Tyrone Matthew and Jeremy Chin Pretty short broadcast for this one. I just wanted to get back into the swing of things, let you know the MBL Timeout podcast is going to be around this season and going forward, and hopefully to do one every in real life week. Not really sure what day yet. I'm moving this whole venture from my office to my home, where this should be a little bit better. So look forward to making another one here next week. Good luck to all the MBL players, and this has been Serp with MBL Timeout Podcast, and we'll talk at you all later.